What's going on, bottom line viewers? And sometimes in the NFL and even in the world of covering the NFL on YouTube, you have to talk about some unfortunate things that I don't usually like to talk about. And this is a very sore subject, so I'm going to try and be as sensitive as I possibly can. Today at school, presenting to the class, I get a text that says Kareem Hunt is done. I didn't exactly know what that meant. So I go on Twitter, and it just so happens that Kareem Hunt has, like many before him in the NFL, in sports, in entertainment, and in life in general, kind of ruined their future. Kareem Hunt has done something pretty terrible, and I'm not here to judge him for certain reasons, but it's a pretty tough situation that the Chiefs are in, that Kareem Hunt put the NFL in, his teammates in, and everybody around this situation. So Kareem Hunt, if you guys have not seen, basically there's a video on TMZ, and I would suggest you go watch it if you want to know about the situation. And I'm the first to say I'm not a fan of TMZ. I don't enjoy TMZ. I don't like the things that they report. I think they are a really, scum of the earth type of news organization, and I'm not a huge fan. But I mean, this is legitimate, and there was a security footage from a hotel of Kareem Hunt kicking a woman at the end, but also more so, I would say assaulting more than one woman. I think it was multiple in the shot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I only did watch it once, and I'm trying to react as quickly as I possibly can. But basically, he pushes one down to the ground. He continuously attacks them. Like, this is not, and he's being restrained. He's not doing this, once, or like punching someone once, or kicking a woman once. He is actually continuously attacking both women in the scene. It's pretty disgusting, to be honest. The way I was raised is never to hit a woman, and that's not, the way I hopefully you guys are the same way. It's just a tough situation for everybody involved, and you kind of don't really feel bad for Kareem Hunt, because I don't know what was going through his head at the moment. There's many of people, and I'll be the first to say, I mean, if he redeems himself, he redeems himself, and I'll be the first to redeem him if he does something right. I'm that type of person. I think that people should be able to be, redeemed. People should be able to have a second chance, and I do believe in that. I know some people will be on the total opposite side of that. But for Kareem Hunt's sake, I mean, I feel bad for the NFL, because they've been trying to make strides in this department, in basically helping the players' personal lives, helping them make smarter, better decisions. And then also for the Chiefs, because, I know this isn't exactly the same. We've seen it across the NFL with domestic abuse and all that sort of stuff. But with the Aaron Hernandez situation with my Patriots, is because I need to relay it back to my Patriots as always. That was one of the most uncomfortable situations I think the NFL has ever been a part of. And as a fan, I felt horrible for cheering for this guy and for being a fan of Aaron Hernandez. And now, not to really bring that situation up, because it's not very similar at all. But with Kareem Hunt, I just feel like if you're a fan of the Chiefs, stick by your team. I think you just got to give the space to the player and let the whole situation kind of figure itself out, and kind of just wait and see and see exactly what happens. But it's hard not to judge right away, because the footage is there. It's clear. It's evident. And it's not like the woman really egged him on in any way, or, punched him or kicked him or pushed him or anything like that. It was just basically a straight up assault. So it's a pretty difficult video to take in. I'd like to hear your guys' reaction to the video. Leave it in the comment section below if you're watching this after the fact, or live, if you would like as well. Just basically, I think for the NFL, this is probably going to be a suspension. I don't know how long the suspension is going to be. I think this is probably worse than the Ray Rice situation, and that was the most similar situation I can think of. off the top of my head. And the thing about Kareem Hunt is he's an even better player at this point in his career than Ray Rice was back then. So for the Chiefs, I think either way, I think they're going to have to decide what they want to do with Kareem Hunt. I'm expecting that he'll go on the NFL's exempt list and he won't be able to play for the remainder of this season and likely even maybe next season. We'll see what happens with the whole legal thing. And I don't usually I'm not usually a fan of the NFL taking this into their own hands in terms of, dealing with the whole legal system. I don't really enjoy the NFL being a part of that. I just feel like those two things should be separate. The NFL should be football and the legal system should be the legal system. But the NFL is so involved in that I feel like the suspension is coming soon. We'll see what happens. I'm sure it will at least be for this year, maybe even next year, if you are wanting to see Kareem Hunt come back. But I think we're in a moment where we've seen this guy play all year, and this happened in February. And it's kind of weird that we're thinking about how well he's played this year, and then all of a sudden he's going to be suspended, and that's going to totally ruin the Chiefs' chances to win the Super Bowl. It's a significant hit. Not saying they can't win the Super Bowl anymore without him, but it's going to be a significant hit. It's going to be hard to handle. And then for the NFL, this is just not a nice thing to see on the NFL's resume right now. I mean, the NFL is doing really well in rebuilding its image and rebranding itself. And this season, I felt like the ratings have gone up, and the NFL is doing really well this year, especially after last year and the whole Colin Kaepernick debacle and all the ratings that kind of slid a little bit. But this year, the NFL has been clean. It's been 100%, great. And it's going to be interesting to see just how the NFL counteracts this and what they do and how they go about it. But again, I'm not saying Kareem Hunt can't be forgiven depending on how he goes forward and how he acts. That's going to judge if the NFL will ever let him back and play. That will judge if I will ever be a fan of him again. That's a judge for, just personal, right? So it's really tough to handle, tough to even discuss without being too touchy on the subject. But really, I just think the NFL is going to have to suspend him until further notice and see what happens legally. And I think that we'll see if he gets any time. I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I'm just giving you my best reaction because I am, someone that covers the NFL regularly, and I feel like I should give you my opinion. But my opinion is that he should be suspended for a good period of time, at least for this season, if not next season as well. I think we even see it in the entertainment industry where people are blackballed from movies, working, musically. They're blackballed for a period of time, and they have to prove themselves to come back and be a better person. And for Kareem Hunt, I think he needs that period of time as well. You can't just let him off easy. And that's what it appeared the cops did. I don't know how you didn't have that footage right away accessible at the moment. I don't know how this footage took so long to come out. That's my question. Why did it take so long to come out? Why is this video from February? Why are we watching it now? You know what I mean? So for me, we'll see going forward. But that's my biggest question. Like, why did the cops let him go? They said that they didn't really know if it happened, but there's clearly footage. So I don't know. And I was a Kareem Hunt fan, so this is tough. And I'm sure a lot of you fantasy owners are probably mad, and I don't really want to shift the focus to fantasy, and I'm not even going to cover those questions. But, I mean, fantasy owners are mad. Chiefs fans are mad. The NFL is angry. Kareem Hunt, why? Why'd you do this? I mean, that's the question I ask every time. Why? What is the why? Were you like, why put yourself in that situation? Why do that? I never understand when it comes to, especially people with such a bright future, a young guy. I think he's around my age. I think he might be a year older than me. I just don't understand what goes through somebody's head, especially at this point. I mean, you're 20, you've been in the NFL for a whole year. You know what it's like. I'm sure you have mentors on your team. You have a player like Tyreek Hill who was in for something very similar. So I'm sure he probably discussed that with Kareem Hunt at some point. I just don't understand, like, why? I say the same thing every time when a person I'm a fan of does that or goes through that action, or a player, an artist, whatever it is. I think it's just sad. And I hate to see young, promising people in general throw their life away for something really stupid. And just 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes of action. Why? What's the point? Why are you doing this? I don't know. I don't care if you're on drugs or not. I don't care if you were drunk or not. I mean, it does give you some sort of reason for maybe why you would do it, because you're just out of it. But like, why even be drunk in that situation? Why even be on drugs in that situation? Like, all these questions just come to my head. Like, why? That's why the title is Why Kareem Hunt? Why? I just don't understand. So I'll take your questions now and read the chat. Trivia says, Go Skittle says, get him out of the NFL. Goat Jacob says, for real. Yes, for real. This is real. Bethel says, when did Ray Rice come back to the NFL? He did never come back. Go Skittle says, I think he's done. That's interesting because Ray Rice never did come back, but Ray Rice also, the thing about Ray Rice is he was pretty much done from like an elite playing standpoint. We're going to have to see how the NFL handles this and the teams across the NFL handle it, because Kareem Hunt is an elite running back. There's no doubt about his skills on the football field. So we've seen it before where a lot of talented NFL players are given a second chance. I'm sure Kareem Hunt will be given a second chance, but it won't be for a while. And he definitely deserves his punishment, whatever it may be. He's definitely going to get suspended, says Free Flow. What else? That's not a good joke. Not a fan of that joke. Fine and suspension, says Free Flow. He'll still play. I don't know about that. Hot Take Hockey says, not impressed. Laurel is going to have a field day. Well, thank God we're not in her class. Should I pick up Spencer Ware? Can we not answer those questions right now? Can we at least wait a couple of days? Like, I don't want to address that at this moment. I just think, let's be a little bit more serious. Yes, sort of. Free Flow. The beard is sort of coming through, but I don't really have much facial hair to work with. Purple Card says, this isn't the first time the Chiefs have done this. Look at Tyreek Hill and his history. I am a brother to a sister, and if this happened to my sister, I wouldn't stop. Yeah, I understand that, man. I have a sister as well. If that happened to my sister, I'd be freaking very angry. So I understand people's outlook on the situation. It just depends on you as a person. For me, I think he certainly deserves to be punished, but at the same time, if it's 3, 4, or 5 years from now and he's a totally different person, I'm not going to totally count him out as being a different person and not doing something of that nature again. Like, that's just not the way I am. James says he will be suspended next year due to the appeal process. I think he'll be on the exempt list this year, and then he'll probably be suspended the year following. That would be probably my thing. I don't think he'll be allowed to play. And if I was even the Chiefs organization, I would probably just suspend him as a team, even if the NFL didn't suspend him, because you're allowed to do that. Purple says, we got to stop defending these type of men. As men, we got to make a change and stop chasing these women who are going to cause trouble. We all know what type of girl that is. Yeah, and obviously, I mean, we don't know exactly what happened. We weren't there. We've seen a moment in time from the camera. So we don't know what Kareem Hunt said to the woman. We don't know what the women said to Kareem Hunt. We don't know what his friends said to Kareem Hunt. As far as I know about the situation is that Kareem Hunt was with his entourage, so to speak. And apparently one of the women did not sleep with somebody in his entourage. And he was very angry about that. I don't know. It's a very arrogant thing and then to it escalate into violence is not fun. I totally agree with you, Purple Cards. I mean, we need to set a better example as people, and especially guys that are in the NFL. I mean, you should know by now, especially with all that money, you're in the public eye. You need to be a better example for people watching you and that look up to you, and, you know, even the kids that wear your jersey, right? So you just need to be a better example. Hot Take Hockey says, Mitch, as much as this is a gong show and Kareem Hunt is a joke, you look spiffy. Thank you. Trivia says, learn to be like Andrew Luck. Gets kicked by Kareem. Nice kick, man. Purple Cards is heated. James says the NFL has known about this for 6 months. I really hope not, because this puts a major black eye on the NFL. If they've known this for 6 months and they've seen the footage of this incident for 6 months, that's terrible. That's even worse than Ray Rice, in my opinion. I mean, the Ray Rice thing was bad, but this was probably even worse because I described it before. Why? Purple Card says, if I walk into work and kick a woman, do I get to keep my job? No, he doesn't. So, I mean, that's his reasoning for why Kareem Hunt shouldn't. And I agree. And just morally, it's not right. Like, just the NFL just needs to get away from the situation as soon as possible. Bodo says, it's all good. The two kiddos, Dilly and Mitch, do a good job. They can take the money and buy a soda. Well, thanks for the donations, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, Milano, he was sent out during practice. That's correct. That's what I read. Adam Schefter reported that, as well as another ESPN source. So that's credible that Kareem Hunt was sent out of practice. And as soon as they heard the news, somebody informed probably Andy Reid on the field and basically said, Kareem Hunt, you're done for the day, and got rid of him off the practice field. So I'm sure that's the first step of the Chiefs doing some sort of action, whether that's suspending him from the team or just putting him through the league's process. Logan says, has anyone even looked into this, or did you guys just watch the footage of the attack? Well, I watched the footage of the attack. I've read reports from the NFL, Adam Schefter, and it's not a good look, Logan. It's not a good look. Hitting anyone is wrong, says Robot Guy. That is true. I still don't understand the timing of the release, like Snap says. And then I don't understand Kareem Hunt. I just things I won't understand, in life is the NFL and people doing stupid shit even when they are even when they're successful and they have no reason to do that stuff, All right. Well, I'm going to end it there. I think I pretty much gave you my thoughts on the situation, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I did my best to stay within the lines and just give you my opinion honestly. If you guys did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more NFL, hopefully no more of these type of videos, but we do reactions. Sunday we'll have a Patriots versus Vikings video. Fantasy football video will be rather out tonight or tomorrow. And tonight I will be playing Kevin Durkant in some Madden, and we need to figure out a time. So I'll hit him up in the Discord chat. But I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, and I understand where you guys are coming from. And hopefully Kareem Hunt can turn his life around. Hopefully the NFL can cover this soundly. Not cover that. That's not the right word, but get past this soundly and do the right thing. And hopefully everybody involved is okay. All right. Thanks, guys, for being here. I'll see you later. Peace out.